All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. This thing, I got to get used to this quick system. I haven't been on here in a minute. It's good seeing you guys. We have officially entered summer, or we're about to officially enter summer. I think it's June 21st. We're going to be doing that. And I'm doing two things at once. I'm doing a video over here and I'm doing a live over here. So you guys just bear with me. I know you guys are coming on here saying, where's Donovan? Where's he been doing? You know, still doing his stuff. You know what? This video is not about politics, but it kind of is. Okay. So speaking of politics, it is very scary that this elderly president, and and if you're a Democrat and that's your thing, I'm a recovering Democrat. It's very scary, and reason I'm scared of the fact that this man is so elderly, it is apparent that this man is in dementia, whatever you call it, and it doesn't seem to me early stage. It doesn't seem to me early stage dementia. It seems like he's there, he's zoning out, zoning in and zoning out. So for me, I ask myself all the time, who's running the government? Who's running the government? How many of you guys have had elderly loved ones and they're not really functional anymore in that regard? And you're telling them to sit, you're telling them to eat, you're telling them to do this, you're telling them to do that, right? You've got to prompt them to do things. In politics, doesn't that ever make anybody wonder, like, who is really running the government? Is this the person you guys elected? Is it the person you guys elected? And do you actually think at 81 years old, or how old is this man? 81, whatever it is, that he's possibly going to survive another 4 years? And then you're going to put Kamala Harris in there? The Democrats never had a primary. You never even had a choice. Is that what we're doing? So I always pose this to my Democratic friends as a question of something for them to think about. Is that Democratic not having a primary? Not letting this man defend his record? And I know a lot of you Democrat friends of mine will say, well, we get Trump in there, democracy is at stake. But you didn't have democracy to have a primary to vote for who you want to put in there. It seems kind of fascist that they're propping this man up who seems to be elderly and not coherent sometimes. Who's running the government? Who's doing this? And so it's really scary. It's really scary. And I know Donald Trump is only 3 or 4 years younger than Joe Biden. But ask yourself the question is, why don't we have term limits? This is why you need term limits or age limits, for certain occupations. I don't think you should be able to sit on the Supreme Court for a lifetime with no ethics, rules, and things of that nature. Do you guys realize that corruption in the United States, because of Citizens United, has been basically normalized? Look all over this country and you see mayors, supervisors, aldermen, county people, your tax dollars. Your tax dollars. But under Trump, it's that thing. Well, in the words of Ronald Reagan, are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? It's a very simple question. And if you say you're not better off today than you were 4 years ago, the choice to me is obvious. I'm an independent, so the choice to me is obvious. Oh, Trump's a racist and Trump is this and I'm not a Trump supporter. He's this, he's that. Look at Trump's record versus Joe Biden's record. He is sitting in the Senate actually saying, I don't want my kids with these other kids. This will be a jungle, and I'm paraphrasing, going to that thing. He hung out with Dixiecrats. He hung out with Southern segregationists. So you're telling me Donald Trump is racist, but Joe Biden is not. And Joe Biden, who takes credit for writing every criminal type bill from 1980, even from the 70s, I think, to 1995 at least. We call it the crime bill, but he even said himself, call it the Joe Biden bill, the Biden's law. He even said that himself. And you're telling me these bills that this man wrote over this period of time during the crack epidemic and all that other stuff, which was advantageous to the black community. I'm not talking about brown because I'm a black man. I talk about what affects my group, okay? You're telling me that this man is not racist, but you're worried about Donald Trump, who is a lifelong Democrat posing as a Republican, and you're basically saying the lesser of the two evils, if you believe in that. Evil is evil, we know that. But if you're going by that trope, Trump would be the lesser of the two evil. He's done less damage to the black community than Joe Biden has. So it's kind of scary. And if democracy is at risk, it's at risk if Joe Biden gets reelected. You've seen what he's done in the first 4 years. You've seen it. The Democratic Party is anti-reparations. They're anti-family. They're anti-life. All of that stuff. They're for lawlessness. I mean, you're seeing it in real time. You guys are seeing all this stuff in real time, okay? But what I want to talk about is the VA system. I've got a lot of people who are frustrated and they're complaining about the VA system. All right, you guys. You're dealing, for those of you guys that know or are about to know, you got children that are going to go to the VA after serving in the military, whatever the deal is. I want you guys to know this. One thing that this government knows above anything else is if you frustrate black people, we're going to walk away. They know this. We will walk away from our benefits. And how do we know this? Because if you look at World War I, if you look at World War II, and how black people were disenfranchised from using their benefits compared to their white and other group compatriots, you will find that black people used less of their VA benefits than the other groups. After World War II, most of the white groups, and I'm not trying to be a racist, we're just talking facts here, okay? We're talking straight facts. Most of the white groups were able to buy homes, go to school using their GI Bill, and build their legacies and stuff. That's why you had things like the suburbs were being built, and all these homes and starter homes and stuff were being built for these World War II veterans. But in comparison, if you look at the numbers and you look at the black veterans, they were discouraged from using it. And you will find that percentage-wise, black people, black veterans after World War II were less likely to use their benefits. And thus the system was set up in a discriminatory fashion to deny black people their benefits. Those that didn't want to go through the bullshit. Okay? Let's just be real. It's crap, right? But guess who wins when you don't go through that BS? They do. For every day that you stay away or don't fight for your benefits, they win. That's one less veteran and less of our tax dollars that go to support those men and women who fought for this country. Look it up. That's the way the system is designed. To frustrate you, to insult you, to just make you go away. You're going to be so pissed off, I'm never going back. And that's fine. But guess what? That's money you're leaving on the table. So when you go and apply for your VA benefits, just know in the back of your mind, it's a game. It's the system. And when you know that they're playing the game, you should play the game right along with them. So when they're telling you to do this and do that, be proactive for yourself. Be proactive for yourself. Okay? A lot of us come into the military and we don't know the system. But, thank God. I remember my mom told me, always get a copy of my sick call visits for myself and keep it for yourself. You should have a copy of your records as well as the official records. When I got out of the military and I went to the VA and I applied for my benefits, they were like, oh, we're going to deny this because, you don't have any record. We don't have any records of your stuff, of what you did, Diego Garcia, wherever I was at, right? I go to my records and pull my copy. Please explain to me, United States government, we the people, why is it that I have a copy of this and you don't in my official records? I have an unofficial copy. You have an official copy. They couldn't explain it. They couldn't explain it. Now, we all know from experience that they will go into your records as you're getting closer and closer to the magical number of 20 years retired, and they will start pulling stuff out of your records. And then the burden of proof is on you. Or you just have to go through the bullshit, right? You got to be proactive. So those of us who are having young people that are in the military right now or thinking about going into the military, one of the first things you should tell them, like my mom told me, have a copy of your records for yourself. Even though it's digital, you can still go into that office and say, could I get a printed copy of my visit today? You can still do that. And you just keep it, digitize it for yourself, okay? We're in the digital age. Digitize it for yourself, and then you have a copy of it. I am a witness to what they tried to pull. And it's because I had my record, unofficial record, just that injury alone was 60%. And for those other guys that don't know, one of those injuries, and I could disclose, it's no big deal. I had a severe skin injury, skin rash, from an accident that happened in Diego Garcia. All my skin was burned out from jet fuel because I'm trying to stop the fuel leak, and it was just flowing over me. One of the most catastrophic situations I was in, and I wouldn't say it's traumatic because it wasn't traumatic, but it was catastrophic for the simple fact, and remember, Diego Garcia is near the equator. I'm getting cooked as that fuel is seeping through my pores and my skin and stuff. My chest was almost as black as this shirt, okay? They didn't have that in their record. Why did they pull that out of the record? With more and more veterans and spouses going to the VA, getting what is theirs, depending on what region you're in. If you're in a major city like Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, come on, you guys. Of course they're going to frustrate you. They're not answering phones. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. They've got thousands of veterans a day to deal with. You're not special. You're not special, you guys. For some reason, people think when you leave the military and you go into the VA system, they give a damn about your rank. We're all the same. You're categorized as a veteran. That's it. There's no special money because you're a colonel. There's no special money because you are a E9. An E3 and an E9 get the same percentage. It doesn't matter. But they know to frustrate veterans, a lot of veterans will walk away and just be pissed off. I don't want to do it. I ain't got time. What kills me is you've got veterans that have basically retired from their civilian job or they got out of the military. They're not really doing anything, but they have time to walk away from their benefits. What are you doing that is so important that you're going to walk away from money on the table? I played the game, and I knew, and trust me, when I went through it, because I didn't understand it, it was frustrating. Go here, go talk to this person. And when I was going through it, they still had that old system, kind of, it isn't as digital as today. But now that it's digital, and it's online, and I don't like being online all the time and stuff like that, but I could do my refills. if I have a question or something, I could email my doctor, whatever department it is, eyeglasses, whatever it is, and say, hey, da 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 da. This is what's happening. Do you think I can get this and I can get that? They'll respond within a day or two and say, okay, blah, 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 blah. Do you want an appointment? Yes. And I set the appointment up for myself. You have to be proactive for your benefits. Nobody gives a damn about your situation but you and your family. So I'm making this video, you guys, to have you guys understand the system is designed to frustrate you and make you walk away. The more veterans walk away, the less tax dollars go to our heroes, and that word is overused. I don't call police heroes. I don't call firefighter heroes for the simple fact, you're doing your job. You're doing your job. So that's the way it's designed, you guys. Don't let them frustrate you and trick you out of your benefits. If you have children that are in the military right now and grandchildren that are in the military right now, please go and tell them to make a copy of their official records. And then anytime they go to sick call, get a copy. Because when they do transition out, it's going to be that much easier. It's going to be that much easier to fight the system because you have a record. Until this very day, the Air Force cannot explain missing documents out of my records. They were just flabbergasted. Because remember, when you go out, it goes to the regional record center, wherever it was. And remember, they had a big fire there where they kept all the records, so a lot of veterans lost their records and stuff. Now, in a situation like that, they have to prove what you're saying is not true because they, had a fire there, whatever it was. But my point is, now that we're in this digital age and all this other stuff, I'm telling you guys, it is just going to take a button to delete that PDF file of your children broke his leg, back problem, STD, whatever it is. Okay. And that's the thing, veterans, we got to start helping each other to do this. Have them make a copy for themselves. And it will be easier when they apply for their benefits to get what they have earned. And we know the government is what it is. You've got people in the VA that's how they're taught. They're taught no. The word is no. Deny, 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 right? And you just get frustrated. I just had this. They denied me again. You get that letter? How many of you guys have got that letter? And you're reading it and you're thinking, oh, wow, this is it. Denied. And then you just get frustrated. You just get mad and you're like, why? But remember this, you guys. Every day they deny you, the bigger the check is going to be. So don't let the system trick you into being frustrated at a system that is designed to say no. I'm Donovan, Saadiq. You guys know who I am, damn it. You guys just, it's hot out here in the desert. You guys just do what you guys do. Drink a lot of water. Be blessed. Be, prayed up. This country it's at a crossroads, and it's going to be interesting. So you guys, love you guys, and you guys just stay blessed, okay?